With somebody. Oh, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Talking to myself. Okie dokie. Oh, Shady Robot. Hello there. Welcome to this very, very unscheduled, unorganized live stream. I've got some new software here. I'm going to just try something here. Bing. There we go, look at that. Oh, look at that. And we've got, yeah, good morning. And Apple's Anonymous, hello. A couple of things. I came down here to do a little bit of work, not much. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm going to start cooking dinner in a minute. And I had always planned to do a live stream today, but I ended up getting caught up doing some cleaning instead. So, which has to be done, I have to admit, especially when you're in a situation where you're looking after 2 kittens in your living room and you haven't vacuumed in a while because you don't want to freak them out with the vacuum cleaner. So that's been a thing. Peter, hello there, how are you? And Rob Brown, people must have needed something to watch because I didn't expect I would be streaming to anyway. I thought I'd be just sitting here by myself. Anyhow, this is just, it's not one of my normal streams. This is just me. Oh, I've just got to show my shirt. For me, it's probably more phone calls than it is meetings. People ring me up a lot to tell me things they could have told me with an email. Yeah, so look, a notification probably went out. I mean, I wouldn't have been terribly reliant on notifications at this particular time. This is my first glass, so I'm not sloshed or anything like that. But I thought it was late enough in the day that I was going to come down here and do a little bit of work that I might have a wine, do some work and relax and everything. I've still got a little bit of a mess here. I don't know if anyone's had a chance to see my latest video that I released where I did these things, these wonderful, awesome things from Cobra. They come in a little packet of 8. So it's my understanding, I think that a kit has 8. I could be wrong, might need to check on the website. Certainly my kit had 8 in it. And you get no idea how to open it. Hang on. There it is. That's what you get in the kit, I believe. And so you get the facility for making up to 8 4-megabyte RAM sims, 30-pin RAM sims for people in the vintage Mac world. Jack68K, hello. RCL, how should I pronounce your, is it R-Cleeper? Was it RCL EPA or RC Leaper? I'm not sure. I need assistance. Rob Brown, did I say hello to you? I don't think I did. Hello. John Fury, hello. Yeah. So anyhow, as I was just sort of explaining before, I came down here just to do a little bit of work, and I thought I may as well stream at the same time. Been copping a lot of pressure from Jay from the House of Moth today to do a live stream. I believe he is still awake. He's probably waiting for a link. So just hang on a second. I better send him one, otherwise he might get upset with me. Now, he did say that he wouldn't be able to join in the chat because he's doing work out in the garage. So, oh my goodness me, Javier is still live streaming. Gosh, that's late. Let's go to that, and let's go to that. Click the little share button. Copy. Oh, I don't want to listen to myself. That's a bit hard. It's okay. So now I will send a link to there. Doom. Okay. Sorry about this, folks. Just doing a little bit of maintenance here. I normally set this stuff up all in advance. I normally do all of this stuff ahead of time, and I'm doing it now because. So yes, I released a video earlier today where I was showing how to make your own 4 megabyte sims using recycling chips off other sims, and I have to say I am absolutely loving this as a concept. I've made myself 8 chips already. I'm going to be making myself like another 16 of them. 8, 9, 10, 12, another 12 of them, and I just love the idea of being able, I mean, 1 megabyte sims are a pain. 4 is awesome. All right, let's change that and save. All right, now I can give you guys my full and undivided attention. Michael's Workshop, hello. Aaron, love your ultrasonic cleaner videos. Thank you very much. It puts my Amazon bought one to shame. Well, I actually got an interesting thing to tell you. I have 4 ultrasonic cleaners. I had one initially, it's over here. This is my Vivor 10 litre one. Sorry, this is a bit of calamine lotion. I got bitten by something. 10 litre ultrasonic cleaner here that I bought on, it was either eBay, I think it was eBay. I think I bought it on eBay. And then of course I made this one in another video, and then I made the big one, which is sitting out there at the moment waiting for the next video. And then I just recently got another one. I got contacted by Vivor themselves, asking if I would like to do a review of their 30 litre cleaner. And so that arrived at my doorstep the other day, and I'll be doing a review of that very soon. And I have to say I'm really looking forward to it, because I have got nothing but good things to say about this 10 litre Vivor, and if they have put the same quality into their 30 litre, I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So I have got, in terms of videos that I'm going to be making soon, I'm going to be making a video where I just try cleaning a whole bunch of things with the big ultrasonic cleaner I've made recently. I've got the review of the 30 litre one that I need to do. Arcade Sims power mode for Mac 2 usage. Peter, I knew someone was going to ask me this, and I don't think they are. I don't think they are. But having said that, I have not yet tried them in a Mac 2. We could certainly give it a crack and see how they go. But yes, no, I think the short answer to that is no. But I will find out. I do have a Mac 2. It is one of the pride and joy of one of the pride and joys of my collection. If we're talking about the things that I have in my collection that I absolutely love, and I'm so glad that I have them, there's a Mac 2, the one with the ROM upgrade so that it reads high density floppy disks. There is a Macintosh IIci, Macintosh IIcX, SE30, Quadra 950, Quadra 700. They are probably the ones that I covet the most. So, Jeremy, hello. Will you be looking into high frequency ultrasonic clears? It's probably more valuable in current high density electrons. Interesting you say that. So this is whether people here know of, hello from Vancouver, Canada. Hello to you. I hope it's not too cold over there. It's stinking hot here at the moment, so, and humid, and really, really humid. But anyhow, my friend Dan, the Canadian computer collector, who is in Winnipeg, I think, he's been posting stuff that makes it look like it's darn cold up there at the moment. Okay, so 30 litre, yeah, take a bath in that. I'm looking forward to seeing how big the basket is in it, because, you know, they have a basket that comes with it. I think that's going to be an awesome thing. Great 30-pin round video, thank you very much, I appreciate that. Oh, Jay is here, thank you, Jay. Just letting us know his presence is here. I happen to know he's in the garage doing some assembly, so we may not see much of him in the chat. Michael's Workshop, hello. Does the LED show RAM access? Now, someone asked that in the comments, and I haven't had a chance to reply to it. I don't know if it was you that asked it, but no, they do not. They show on or off. So when you fire them up and they power on, you get the LED light that comes on. So they are just a straightforward light, you know, linked into the 5-volt rail. So nothing as exciting as that. And for that, I apologise on Kay's behalf, because it would be fun, wouldn't it? The thing was just flickering all the time. But no, that you're on or off. But having said that, it is nice. I've made 4 green ones, 4 red ones. I've got some other colour LEDs on the way at the moment. I'm going to make 4 blue ones, and I think I have some orange ones or yellow ones or something coming. And I'll do those, and so I can have them all different colours. So that'll be, and then I'll interleave them all and have lots of different colours. And that'd be fun. Just working my way. Anarchy Television, hello. High frequency ultrasonic cleaners. So, Lewis Rossman may or may not be a name that people know. He's someone who does repairs to modern, mainly Apple Mac products, laptops and stuff like that. He's someone that I watched a lot many years ago. He did inspire me to do quite a lot of repairs. It all started essentially when I got hold of a very cheap but not working 17-inch MacBook Pro, Apple MacBook Pro. And I did a search for, because it was just dead, and I did a search to see if there was any information on repairing them, and then I found a Lewis Rossman video where he said it's a common failing of this particular model. This one capacitor fails. If you can find a replacement capacitor, pop in a new one, it will fire up. And sure enough, that's what it did. And that really gave me the bug for doing this stuff. That was probably around about 2016, maybe a little bit earlier. And then I started doing lots of Mac repairs. And then I started moving that more into the vintage repairs because there was a definite niche for it. So yes, Right to Repair. Lewis Rossman is very outspoken for the right to repair stuff, as he should. You know, I mean, there's been a lot of discussion lately about the whole situation with bricked MacBook Pros, that sort of thing. Bricked Mac products because they're locked and they can't be reactivated. Now, of course, it's designed as a security measure, but a lot of people have said, I was in a situation myself where I was given a what do you call it, a Mac, what are those things? No, an iPad Pro that had been donated, end of life, donated, and as it turned out, the company that it got donated to weren't able to use it for their needs. So they just then said to me, look, you know, this thing's going to get landfilled. Do you want it? And I said yes, and I got it, and it was locked. And now this is something where the owner has voluntarily parted with it, you know, and under those circumstances, what they should, of course, do is they should erase it and get everything removed from it. For a lot of people who are giving stuff away, that's just too much work. No, I like the idea of things being, you know, making sure that things aren't being stolen, but Apple need to incorporate into their system the ability for a new owner to send a request for unlock. Apple need to build that into their system. So if I have got hold of a new MacBook Pro or something like that I've got on through perfectly legitimate means and it is locked, and I want to erase it and put my own stuff on it, and I can't because it's locked, and it comes up and says, no, you know, put in your Apple ID and password, I should be able to have the option to say request unlock. And that will send a message to the owner. And of course, if it's a stolen item, then it's even better because this item has now been identified as stolen. We know where it is. It can be recouped. If I'm out of pocket, so be it. You know, I mean, if I have inadvertently become a fence or something of a stolen product or whatever, then so be it. You know, it's not mine, you take it, you know, if it's been stolen. That's what I think needs to be done. So anyhow, can't you factory reset an iPad? You can do a factory reset on it, but if it has been iCloud locked, you cannot do anything with it unless you unless you unlock it by putting in the Apple username and password that it was locked with. So. 50-litre cleaner with a dairy tank. I've actually had lots of people make suggestions of things I should be building, ultrasonic cleaner wise. In truth, the ultrasonic cleaners I have behind me are suitable for most of my needs. The really big one is going to be quite handy because it is going to be, when I've finished doing all the videos on it, it is going to be built into my laundry, and it will be a functional laundry sink that I will be using as a normal laundry sink, but it will then have the ability to go ultrasonic if I need it to. So if I've got something with, you know, some baked on grime or something, I can fill the tank up, I can put a little bit of detergent in there, flick on the ultrasonic cleaner for 10 minutes and then come back and see how we go. Yeah, well, it's interesting you say, unfortunately Apple doesn't care. It isn't profitable for them to do so. True, but seeing the number of these products that are being turned into landfill and becoming a waste issue with heavy metals and chemicals and all this sort of stuff, this stuff that's essentially being even if it's being recycled, it costs a hell of a lot more to recycle these metals into a new product than it does to just make that product work again. So I think that this idea, I think if the voices are loud enough, this could potentially tarnish Apple's reputation as a green company, which of course they've worked very hard for. You know, all of the packaging is recycled, you know, all this, we're using recyclable materials, we're cutting out some of the dangerous chemicals in our manufacturing. So they've been working very hard and spending a lot of money earning this, trying to earn this reputation of being a green company. Now this has the potential to undo that if the voices get loud enough. So, you know, and so, yes, you're right. It's Apple doesn't profit from doing it in that regard, but if it is something that does potentially damage their reputation, they may choose to do something about it. So, got a box with 100 iPhones. It comes from a landfill, but everyone is iCloud locked, so it sucks. Yep. You got a big spare parts bin, I guess. A lot of spare screens and stuff. That's something. No way of unlocking. Yep. You can get stuff unlocked by Apple, but you need to provide proof of purchase. You need to provide evidence that it is something that you bought. And I mean, I don't think you can just offer up a receipt from like Joe's second-hand junk. I mean, you've got to actually provide a receipt to genuine. I'm doing stuff here and I'm not even filming it. Can I just change cameras here for a second? All right, so what I have here at the moment, I've got a Macintosh IIci power supply. Now this thing here is my nemesis, and I'll tell you why. This was sent to me for a recap, and I opened it up, and it's an Aztec. And either it's a slightly different model or something. I went to go do it, and I didn't have two of the caps. So I couldn't finish the recapping. It was really frustrating for me. So I put the whole thing back together again, and because I didn't want to lose any parts. And now I'm going to actually open it up again and do the thing with the thing. Sorry, I'm just going to move this camera for a bit. Just a warning to everyone who is here, and in particular to Jay, because he gets very upset. Jay, my apologies. This is not going to be a long live stream. I do have to go and make dinner soon, and what I'm cooking is going to take 2.5 hours to cook. So I don't want to be eating at midnight, so I will have to leave at some stage and go and cook. Cookie. I don't like the G4 power supplies also. No, no one does. No one likes those power supplies. These ones here are a bit fiddly, but they're not too bad. I mean, the main problem with the G4 power supplies is because they're so prone to failure. And so they have to be opened up. You can't just be fine with it, you know? I mean, there are plenty of power supplies that you sort of think, yeah, that's a pain to work on. Thank goodness they don't fail very often. Yeah, well, G4 ones, that's all I can say. Daughter cooked my dinner. I may end up in the dinner. Oh, hang on, I may up in the ER. Oh dear. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. What's she cooking for you? And how old is she? I suppose that's a fairly relevant question, because cooking skills are definitely something to get better as you get older. This here, that thing that looks like it's some sort of horrible warty growth is not. That's my knife callus. That's the callus that I've got from chopping with the knife when cooking. So I am not averse to a bit of cooking, I have to say. Tonight we're doing ribs. I'm doing ribs. Slow cooked smoked ribs. Yummy. Yummy. So I think I've got one to do on one board, one to do on another. Now this board here, this computer power supply has not been switched on in a long time, so I can sort of just handle this with impunity. But if this had been switched on recently, I would be very careful around this, because what is it? It's this side. I think this side's the primary or whatever. That's got some big nasty caps that can hold some big nasty voltage that can give you some big nasty burns. So, ooh, honey soy chicken wings. Gotta like that. That's one of my wife's favorites, actually. She loves that meal. Oh, now this is right. This has got a Something gets stuck under here when you're trying to get this out. It's this plug. Come on, you sick bastard. May end up in the dinner. What the hell? Yeah, sorry, I misread that. Well, the ER. I see it was ER, but I read the word dinner again. I'm like, what? Hey, got it. Stupid plug. Getting stuck. And your mother's upset. Come on. You got to let go. Come on. Get to the chopper. Sorry, I don't do it as well as Steve does. Char grill. Cooking is terrible. That's not very nice. Ah, dear. I love to cook. I really love to cook. It has a lot to do with the fact that I love to eat. And there are times when I might buy something and I'll go, oh, you know what would make this meal perfect would be blah 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 blah. And so then I just make stuff exactly how I want it. It's nice. Right, okay, so now I did a little blob on all the caps that I changed. Now I've got a blob on that one, a blob on that one, so I'm feeling good about it. There's a couple of reefers here, but I haven't heard of reefers going on the 2CI. I'd really rather not take this board out again. 47 picofarad, they're Y, class Y. Let's see if I've got any. I've got a big store of safety caps here somewhere. Under this. It's always under things. I mean, let's face it, you never find them where you want them. What do we got here? What do we got? Where do we got? If I've got a replacement, I can always swap over. That is, that looks a bit big. There are two different types of safety cap. There's basically your class Y and your class X, and then each one of those then also has its own variants. So you can have X1 and X2 and all that sort of stuff. You can theoretically, I think, run things without safety caps, but then they're not safety anymore, are they? They're unsafety. That's no 0.022, 0.01. It's that one. Nope. Nope. That's huge. What about these ones? These looks like class Y. Oh, am I supposed to be able to read that? God, far out. I'm only human. Shuzbutt, that is so hard to read. AC472M, 472. 47 with 2 zeros. 47 with 2 zeros. That's 4,700. 47 with 2 zeros. 4,700 nano, is that right? So that is a replacement for that, is it? No, is that pico, sorry. 4,700 picofarads. Let me just check. I want to just make sure I'm not talking nonsense. GT, what are you doing still up? How you doing? Let's go. 472 capacitor. 4.7 nanofarad. 472 is 40, so hang on. Oh, piss off. I need Peter. Is he still here? Is he still in the chat? 472. Is that 44,700 nanofarads? I mean picofarads. 472 capacitor in PF. I'm pretty sure it's 4700. It is 4700 PFs. So I could actually replace these two with these. Doesn't it make you feel good? Makes me feel good. Can I be bothered pulling that whole thing out? I'm not sure I can. It really isn't fun removing that board. I know, it's 1 AM, what the hell? What are you doing up, Mike? Oops. Come on. I'm not supposed to be up at this hour. I says. Now, why am I streaming at such a ridiculous time? There are lots of reasons. One, I was going to stream earlier today, but then I didn't because I did other work. I did cleaning and things. That was one. And number two, I needed to come down here and do some stuff. I wanted to get this freaking thing finished. And so I thought I may as well stream while I'm doing it. I mean, why not? Hanging out with folks. So we've got, these are the caps that I didn't have replacements for before, but I apparently do now. Assuming, of course, they did send me the right ones. I have no reason to think they didn't send me the right ones. Weekend, yeah. Oh wait, because I have no life. Good on you, Mike. Good on you. Stealth what is a stealth antenna? What does a stealth antenna do? Okay. Where are my silly spectacles? I'm going to go get some new glasses soon. I'm going to get ones that are specially designed for me to use down here in this workshop. That will have like magnification up the top here for reading the computer screen, and a magnification down the bottom here for looking at things up real close. So let's get these off. So that's there and there, and there and there. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. Let's not wreck that. Got myself a really nice new keyboard the other day, Logitech one. It's beautiful. I was absolutely flabbergasted, frustrated, annoyed. What else can I use? Other things, other words in the language that I can't think of right now, to find out that Logitech no longer make universal remotes. Whoa! Nearly knocked over my wine. That would have been a crisis. Apparently at the end of 2021 or something, they just cut universal remotes entirely. That's... What's an HOA? Homeowners Association or something? Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? We don't have those out here. We have occasionally things referred to as a body corporate. So when you have a large block of units or townhouses or something like that, you'll have a thing called a body corporate, and they're sort of put together to, you know, I guess give rules. They collect a certain amount of money, they maintain the grounds, all that sort of stuff. So that's essentially our word for homeowners association. I know about homeowners association because I watch lots of American renovation shows, because I'd much rather watch those than a lot of other shit on TV. Oh, God, that cat was trouble. Okay, right. Okay, stealth antenna keeps the neighbours from seeing it. But what do you pick up on that antenna? Is it a TV antenna? Yeah. 2CI Quad 700 PSU, yes it is indeed. This one I think is actually from a 2CI. Hidden for ham radio. Okay, fair enough. All good. All makes sense now. Yeah, well, I think if you're putting it in the roof, if you're making it stealth, then I really don't see an issue with it. I'm not sure what the argument is, but... Beep, 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 beep. Right, now, what did I removed two caps. What are they? They are 10 volt, 1500 microfarad. If anyone is wondering why I have these white dots on me, it's calamine lotion because I got bitten by something. Because this is Australia, and there are so many things out there to bite you. Beep, 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 beep. I've built up virtually an immunity to mosquito bites now, but there are lots of other things now that can bite you, and quite frankly, I think I'm getting bitten right now. What did I say? 1500 10 volt. That's what I said, and that's what they are. Now, these are good quality. These are Panasonic. I pay extra for these, but the end result is a good quality cap. So let's pop these replacements in. There's the positive and there's the negative. Stripe on the negative side. I saw someone do a post on Facebook the other day, one of the group posts, vintage club thingy, whatever's, like your low-end Max or whatever it was, about some guy who'd sort of just recapped his LC or LC2, and he's like, oh, it doesn't seem to work, but, I put the stripe on the same side as the original caps. Is it different for tantalums? And I sort of thought, yeah, it is, you poor sucker. Because someone, don't ask me who, someone decided to put the stripe on the other side for tantalums because they wanted to just be mean. Yeah. Mosquitoes in Louisiana will carry you away. Are you really going to have an insect battle with me here? Yes, the Louisiana mosquitoes may well be bigger than the mosquitoes we have here. Who knows? Okay. I saw this stupid video the other day of, it was like a parody of Harry Potter, and it was like an Australian guy meeting that giant spider in whatever it was, the second episode. I can't remember. I think it was the second one where there was that giant spider, and the Australian kid just going, at least you're not a big one. Croc or alligator? Well, alligators have the added advantage that they help up on the land every now and again. Crocs generally just stay in the water. In terms of which one is deadlier, I'm not sure. Does anyone know? I don't know. Has anyone actually, in terms of, I suppose, deadlier is how many people it kills, or how many successes it has out of its attacks, or something like that. I don't know. I know that the big crocs here, that get really friggin' big, you just want to stay away. You just want to get nowhere near them. It's as simple as that. 16 volt, 180 nanofarad. 16 volt, 180 nanofarad. Get close to either and you're stuffed. Yeah, that's a pretty good sort of approximation, I would think. I would rather just stay away from them. 180, 16 volt. Is that what I said? See, I'm getting so distracted now, I can't even remember what I said. Yeah, race, that's what I said. It's gone now. We'll just have to hope, eh? Oh no, here it is. 180 microfarad, 16 volt. 180 microfarad, 16 volt. Good. Oh, that's good, yes. Get in there, you little thing, you. Okay, this is the last of these caps. We just have bears and dumb moose. Yeah, we don't have anything like bears, or we don't have any big apex predators here. All of the stuff that we have that's nasty is generally sort of smaller. Crocs are probably about the biggest thing. We've got all those snakes and spiders and stuff like that. Right, so that's this board done. So I did all of these other caps before. I should put my little mark on them so I can show I have done them. If I can find a pen. If I can find a pen, thank you. Okay, done, done, and done. Just in case anyone looks at this in the future and goes, hey, why didn't he put a mark on those? Okay. This thing here, by the way, in case anyone is wondering, that's a thing called a bridge rectifier. It's essentially 4 diodes in a particular arrangement to make it so that when AC power goes through, which goes backwards and forwards, it allows some power in when it goes that way and some power in when it goes that way. So you end up getting power coming in both from both directions of the AC pulses, and that then turns it into DC power. And then it goes through some capacitors to smooth it out. Oh, Charlie's here. Hello, Charlie. Now, Charlie, I have your 3 blue SCSIs all done. Sorry it took me so long to build them, but I ended up having to change plugs on the external ones. And the new plugs didn't fit my 3D case that I had for the old plugs. So I had to go and redesign the freaking case for the externals. And so it took me way longer. So anyhow, they're done. They've got system 7.1 in them. They're tested. They're good to go. I'll sending them off tomorrow. So, and I've also got a hard disk of yours here for something. I think you sent it to me to archive or something. And I've got another blue SCSI you sent me to do a firmware update on. So that's there. So I'll send that off to you on tomorrow, which is Monday. Why is there still wine in that glass? Hurry up, man. Yeah, I know. It's 5 o'clock already. I really should be cooking now. Oh God, that's a good drop. And it's not really, it's cheap rubbish, but it does the trick. I didn't bring any bottle down with me, so I will actually have to pause to go and get a refill. What am I supposed to do? Sometimes you'll see a bridge rectifier as 4 actual diodes, but these days you can just buy a bridge rectifier, which is just a single component that pops in there. Pause accepted. Okay. Oh, Dana's here. Hello, Dana. How are you? Why are you still up, Dana? Come on. Should be sleepy time. Sleepy time. Okay, I'm going to undo this. I'm going to see if I can take this board sort of out without having to remove the whole thing. Without creating some sort of infernal mischief. I feel like that needs to come off. Well, I got a thing for that. There's an app for that. Spz. How many people are watching at the moment? I kind of expected like 4, so 19. That's a lot more than I expected. Hello to everyone. I hit 40,000 subscribers the other day. Can you believe that shit? Wow. That's what ultrasonic cleaners will do for you. Crikey. Strike a light. Come on. You can come off now. 2CX 2CI power supply, exactly. This is actually from a 2CI. Customer sent it to me, asked me to recap the logic board and the power supply. I have had it in my possession for way too long, and so I am desperately trying to get a wriggle on and get it back to it. Now, this is something I should have done when I had this board out before. I did have this bottom board out before. And I don't know why I didn't even see this, but I looked at it just as I was working on it then and went, this has got reefers on it. And we all know what happens to reefers when they get old. Well, actually, maybe we don't all know. So just in case we don't all know, when reefers get old, excuse me, they can smoke and die and stink the place up. So I want to rid this board. Oh, you stupid thing. Why? What? I did this before and it was easy. Why is it so hard now? Why? Why? Maybe I was using different pliers before. You're talking about dinner and I didn't have breakfast here. Well, eat up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No more mucking around. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to use a different pair of pliers. How about that? Ooh. Hey, well, I got it. Now the other one's hooked back up again. But this one was easy. Easy. You know, I had a power supply here once, and I was working on it, and I don't know. I'll blame. Let's blame Jay, because Jay's easy enough to blame because he's here. I was working on this power supply. I had it in front of me, and I had powered it on. And then I powered it on, and I got a message. We're going to say it's from Jay, but it may not have been. I got a message, and I started answering the message. And while I was answering the message, the reefer in the power supply in front of me was just going stinking the place up. And then I'm like, whoa! I didn't get to take a photo of it or anything. Sorry about that. All right, so these are both 4,700 picofarads. So that is 4.7, 47 now? I can't remember. I always get them mixed up. But anyhow, it's 47 with 2 zeros after it, so it would be a code of 472, which is exactly what these are, 472. It is a class Y. I can see the little Y on the top here. It's Y, Y. Da 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 da. Y, Y. Okay, so let's take these out. I'm not removing the whole board because technology. That's why. I might use the Brucinator for this. I think I'll be able to get in there easier. And of course, the worst thing was I was saying, oh man, I had this reefer blow up in front of me. And they're like, oh, send me photos, send me video. And I was like, didn't get any. This stinks. I mean, this one actually doesn't look too bad, but they do go feral, these things. Good idea to replace them. I mean, seriously, if I didn't do it, I'd hate myself. Lose masses of credibility. All that credibility that I've earned. Okay. A little bit of soda. See, oh, no, you'll find that I have a voice of like an angel, unlike Joe. Missed opportunity, should have been on idle. Do-do-do-do. Don't tell Joe I said that. He gets very upset. I criticised him for singing on one of his streams once and he was not happy. Feral, like pigeons. Well, all pigeons here are feral, except for the ones that are kept to eat, you know, so people who, actually no, so there are two, you've got pigeons that people farm, what do they call them, squabs or something like that, to eat, and then you've got pigeons that people keep for as homing pigeons, but all of the rest are essentially feral. Certainly in this country, they're an introduced species. They're a pest. They are same as rats, Indian miners, foxes, rabbits, cats, dogs, you name it. All these things were brought here by our ancestors, not necessarily my ancestors, but the people who colonised this country. And they brought all of these animals that have absolutely no place on this continent with them, so that it would feel like home. Oh, we can't possibly live here if we can't have a fox hunt, so let's bring foxes over. What on earth could that do to the native population of small critters and animals? Crazy. Dumbasses. Cane toads, forgot about cane toads. Interesting thing about camels is camels have actually done quite well here, and they haven't been the same. They haven't done quite the same level of damage as some other animals because they are not a hoofed animal. They have a soft pad, so they don't do as much damage in the deserts where they occupy. So, still not meant to be here, but they're here. Okay, that's it. We've done it. Changed over a couple of reefers. Let's see if we can get this little fella back down again. Oh God, I'm really wishing I'd done this when I had this board out before. I mean, removing it twice is just stupid. Want to be over? Get in there. Get in there. Don't you try and do that to me. Yep. Blip. Okay, he's on. Okay, now we can just fold this little fella back. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Happiness. There's now fox plague in Melbourne, but the local council states that we have to lock up our cats at night. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get a lot of camels in this part of the country. They are mainly out in the desert regions that aren't as inhabited. Believe it or not, we actually export camels to the Middle East. We breed very, very good camels. So, crazy, huh? Who would have thunk it? Thankfully, I've only ever seen one fox in this area. I know they're just about everywhere. Seen lots and lots of little bunnies that aren't meant to be around. Oopsie. Because, you know, them rabbits, they breed like rabbits. Oh, yeah. I might bend that down a little bit. These new caps that I put on are a little bit taller than the old ones. So I'm just going to kind of bend it out of the way a bit. Did it work? Oh, close enough. Okay. Yes, I mean, one of the problems with these animals that are here, I mean, is they're not farmed, they're feral, they're just out. So I'm afraid that once that thing is out of the bag, you can't put it back in. And, you know, no matter what you do, all you can really do is do culls every now and again to try and control the population. It's not really much more you can do. But, of course, it costs the lives of so many native Australian animals that have no defences against these because they never evolved with them around. So, you know, we have birds that nest on the ground here, and what chance do they stand against a fox or a cat? There was nothing like a fox or a cat ever in this country to threaten them before. So, you know, it's a bit of a rough old situation, I have to say. Really hope I put all these on right, because if I have to open this up again, can you imagine how annoyed I would be? bears thinking of. All right. Come on. Get in there. This is the thing that sucks about these power supplies. It's not the recapping themselves, it's the fact that they're sort of folded over on each other. And so getting things where they need to be is a real pain in the thing. Something that has pain. Do they let you shoot them for an award? You can't really shoot anything here because there is incredibly strong gun control. But if you're on a farm, you can usually get a license for a rifle. You know, like a little 22 or something like that. And people on farms generally do buy rifles for controlling the population of foxes and wild boar. Wild boar is another really big issue that they have on farms. And that. Okay. Now, which one is this? It's DC fan in. That's that. We're nearly done here on this power supply, and I have to say, that fills me with frickin' joy. Got a screw here. That's a little screw. It's meant to be, is that meant to be in there? Yep. Sorry, I didn't put it in the right place. Broadsword. Whoopsie. Where are the emus? I love emus. They're gorgeous animals. They're pretty good at looking after themselves, I have to say. They don't have too many. I mean, the baby ones are certainly rife for being knocked off by an introduced predator, but once they get big, no, it's not a lot's going to take them on. And even if they did try to take them on, they never friggin' outrun them. Ever heard of a cassowary? I know I've talked to I think Dana about cassowaries. I freaking love cassowaries. They're one of my favourite birds. There's one at the local zoo up the road, and I just love the look of the cassowary. They're just an amazing bird. They're basically like a living dinosaur. Whoopsie. We'll get it, we'll get it. Oh yeah, just that's a satisfying click, that is. I've eaten emu meat. Yeah, no, I can't say I ever have. I know they do get farmed, and I suppose if you're going to farm an animal, you may as well farm one that actually exists out here. Do less damage to the land, I suppose. Because cows do terrible damage to the land because they got hoofs. And we don't have any native animals in this country with hoofs. So the land, the plants, the sort of local flora just isn't able to deal with hoofs. Yeah. God, this is a weird conversation we're having. All right, so I've only got myself to blame for it. Click. Look at that. One finished power supply. How good is that? Ta-da! Shall we test it? Shall we? Shall we? Does anyone mind if I just fill this up before I test? Anyone? Okay, cool. I'll be right back. Won't take me long. Just press the mute button. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Did it mute? Don't think it muted. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Still didn't mute. Why isn't it muting? It's meant to mute. Oh, I'll just press the mute button. How about that? Hello. Jay, did you get the jack fixed? I know the answer to that, but I'll let Jay answer that one. Can't find the hydraulic oil. Oh, piffle. Shouldn't have any trouble finding hydraulic oil. Where are you looking? Sorry. Okay, so pretty sure I've got a 2CI board floating around here somewhere that works. So we can plonk this on top of that, get a little speaker. Where is it? That's a, sorry, the wind's, air conditioner is blowing on my microphone, sorry about that. What do we got? Excuse me. That's a Mac 2 I've been working on, trying to get fixed. What's that? It's got 16s in it, that's awesome. Or are they 8? They might just be 8s. God, I love 16 megabyte sims, eh? I love 16 megabyte sims. I'm hoping that K Koba will do a little printed circuit board of his 4 megabyte sim so that he can make one that's a 16 megabyte sim. Because how cool is it? I mean, getting these old Macs and loading them up with RAM that you never, ever could afford before. Is this speaker any good? I think so. Let's test. Do you know how to test to see if a speaker works? I'm sure some people out there do. It's quite straightforward. You have a look and see what the, what do you call it? The ohms, is it? What do they call it? They call it that the, I've forgotten the word, impedance. And we get our little multimeter here. Sorry, it's not a Kaiwitz, folks. The Kaiwitz is up there. And we just test there. And we are getting 15.3 ohms. This is a 16 ohm speaker, so I'm happy with that. So I am pretty sure this speaker is good. So let's plug a speaker on there. Mr. Speaker, let's get a power plug. Okay, sorry, just reading about where Jay's put the hydraulic oil. I'm sure it'll turn up, Jay. I have confidence in you. I'm going to put something under here just to rest under it to stop it from bending over these other things. I'll get this little, how about this remote control? That sounds nice. And got that there. It's a little bit of close view, isn't it? Want to zoom out a smidge? Smidge more? There we go. Little bit. Ah, forget about it. Sorry, I watched Donnie Brasco the other night. I've never seen Donnie Brasco before, but you know the worst thing about a film like that? From the minute you start watching it, you know everything is going to go to shit. And you basically just spend the rest of the movie wondering when that's about to happen. If it plays a tantrum, I have to down a bottle. I don't think it will. I've never had that happen on a 2CI, but never say never. So I'm going to plug him in. I hate this. I hate testing power supplies because when power supplies break, they make lots of noise and stuff. So, and they scare me. Okay, and the power button's over there. It's under it. I've got to touch it. Just having a little bit of courage juice here. All right. Okay, we ready? If it goes pop, at least it'll make some good content. Did it chime? I don't know. I mean, it's working. The fan's going. So, switch him off. Well, it didn't chime. There's got to be a reason for that, but I'm sure it's not this power supply because I don't think there's anything wrong with this board. I think this one's in pristine condition. It's got ROMs. It's lovely and clean. I'm sure I tested it when I recapped it. Let's fiddle with the RAM. That's what we do. Whenever we run into strife with these things, we fiddle with the RAM. Okay. Oh, it's on. I don't know if you heard that. So, I'm feeling good about that. Let's see if we can get it to do it just from cold. Wonder why it's not doing it. Weird. I need to connect a screen to it to find out why. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, I feel like we've got power and power supply and everyone happy with that. Isn't it cool that there are these ROMs being made, you know, things like the Rominator, and then of course K-Cobra has just made a programmable ROM recently as well, and they set them up with chips on them that you can actually store stuff on, so you can put like a bootable operating system in them. So, you know, you can actually have it so you'd have a computer like this, we have a ROM in there, and that ROM actually has an OS on it. I just think that's so cool. Ugh. So, that's good. Let's put that up there, because that's my special storage system. No, actually that's going to fall down, that'll be bad. Especially when they start off being so neat and tidy. Alright, so there's the power supply. We've done that, it's recapped, I'm feeling good about it. I've got other things that I need to do, but I am going to have to stop and probably make dinner, because, as I say, the dinner I'm cooking goes 2.5 freaking hours. So that's how long it takes. Say sweet nothings to the RAM. So, it was quite a revelation. I have to just say this very quickly. So anyone who might have seen my my video on the 4 megabyte RAM sims that I posted this morning. Where did I put them? Here we are. So this is the kit here. Well, it's got eight in it. And for me, it was an absolutely wonderful revelation, because here he is basically saying, hey, you can get a 72-pin sim, 16 megabyte, take the chips off it. But one 16 megabyte sim, how many chips are going to get from that? You're going to get, well, if you turn it into a 16, you're only going to get one. But if you turn it into 4s, you're going to get 4 4s. Look at this. Look at these. 16 4 megabyte sims. 16, 16, 16. 12, 16, 16, 16, 16, 12, 16. I feel really good about that, because this RAM is really not much use to me at all. I might keep 4 of them. I'll keep the prettiest ones. And the rest I'm just going to turn into 4 megabyte sims. I'm just way too good opportunity to miss up for all my other little vintage Macs. Virtually everything I collect, the things that are really close to my heart, the ones that I really want to keep and want to continue growing, my 68K collection, you know, and they're all, a lot of them, most of them, are on 30 pin sims, so I'm just very happy with that. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Yeah, but I don't need Peter. Peter doesn't need money. Peter's fine. I have so many of these. It's just, I can turn them into something I need rather than just sitting in a bag doing nothing. All right, folks. Well, I have been going now for just over an hour, and I appreciate this is a very short live stream for me, and I am sorry for anyone who is hoping to sort of settle in for a great big long session like the ones that Dave does, where he's literally streaming for, I don't know, how long does he stream for? 8 hours or something like that? Something crazy person. I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet. I came in and I did what I came down here to do, and that was to finish that 2CI power supply recap. What I still have to do, and I may even end up streaming during the week to do it, I have to finish recapping a Macintosh SE30 analog board. I've done the power supply already, I just now need to do the analog board. I need to repair a Macintosh Plus analog board. It's apparently dead, so I'll be trying to fix that. Macintosh Plus analog boards can be straightforward to repair, depending on the fault. And then I think I've got I think there was some stuff I did with Color Classics. I know I did a whole stack of Color Classic analog boards lately, and most of them gave me grief, but one of them just worked. So hopefully the person who's coming to pick up his board next weekend, it was the one that just worked. Well, I guess we'll find that out sometime during the week. But I will probably be doing some live streaming during the week. Could be late ones again like this, to try and get some of these things done. I've got quite a little bit to do, and I've got to get back onto Joe's board, because have a look at this. For those who may or may not remember that very long live stream I did and whatnot of Joe's SE30 logic board, this is it. And it all worked. And then I put on these diodes. I put on this battery holder. I put UV mask all over the repairs, so that it'll be durable and it'll last. And then I went to test it before sending it back to him, and it stopped frickin' working. So now I have to go through and test all these friggin' ROM channels again. It's one of these. I don't know what's happened. Yeah. Hey. I put a new crystal on it. Maybe the new crystal's wrong. But that wouldn't make it do that though, would it? No. That's just for the... No. It's just for the clock. That's for... No. I'd just get a haywire clock if that was the case. All right. Okay. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who watched. I knew there was not a lot of... The fact that there are 21 people here watching is very flattering, and I thank you for coming and watching, considering that this was just a silly stream. I didn't even do a proper intro. I just pressed the go button. But thank you everyone for watching. It is nice to have some company while I was doing the work that I was doing today, and listening to my nonsense and us doing a little bit of Apple bashing and all that sort of stuff. And I will hopefully see you at the next stream. As I say, I am planning a few during the week, so I do hope you can join me then. So have a good rest of morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it happens to be in your part of the world. And I shall see you at the next one. So I am about to press the end stream button, and I will say goodbye to you all, and thank you for watching.